Okay, so guys, today we're gonna talk about the weekly stuff that we normally do in this game. So guys, I'm actually making this episode mainly for the future players of this game, especially those who will be coming from Steam. So if you're watching this because Legend of Ymir is already on Steam and they have new servers, then welcome guys in the game. And if you're watching this before it even launches on Steam, then it just means you're already playing the game. So you can treat this video as a weekly checklist, like you can check if you're doing the same things I do, and if I'm missing anything, feel free to let me know in the comments. That way we can kind of brainstorm together and come up with the perfect and ideal weekly routine for everyone. But anyway guys, before we continue, quick words from our sponsor. If you're looking for cheap and best Legend of Ymir diamonds, you can buy from MMOXP and just use my code Xiendong to get your 6% discount, and link is in our description. And also guys, before we start our main content, a special shout out to our friend from in-game who is asking for shout out. Alright, so shout out to you bro, and thank you. So back to our content. Alright, so first thing first, let's talk about the weekly reset dungeon. So here in the Valhalla Rooms, there are actually two types of dungeons, daily and weekly. So we'll just focus on weekly dungeons. So for these two below, each of them has 7 hours per week. So guys, that's like 14 hours total per week for these two. And once you use it up, that's it until the weekly or the Monday reset. So you really want to make sure you use all of the remaining time here before the game reaches Monday. Now, the most important one for me right now is the Hall of Gold, because this is what makes Legend of Ymir very important from most MMOs. This is where you can actually earn real money in the game, like you farm GWEMIX pieces and then you craft them into GWEMIX coins, and then after that you can sell those GWEMIX coins for WEMIX, and then you can exchange your WEMIX coin into real money. So that's the whole play to earn loop of this game. But here's the catch guys, the GWEMIX drops inside Hall of Gold are actually limited by funds right now. So if you look at the floors and you see that the fund is already 0, that means even if you farm inside, you will not be able to get GWEMIX at all. That's why the biggest trick here is really about timing, like every time a reset or resupply happens, this should be one of the first things you should do. Usually the resupply happens after the weekly maintenance like Monday or Tuesday, but to be sure you can always check this GWEMIX info menu and see how much time is left before the next resupply. So again, here in the Hall of Gold, you want to spend your available time while the funds are still full, because once they're gone, that's it, you miss the weekly supply guys. Now about the time you're allowed to use inside Hall of Gold, that comes from two things guys. First is having a monthly pass. So if you buy that, you get a weekly time limit that you can use inside the Hall of Gold dungeon. Second is there's this system in the game called GWEMIX Plus level, where the higher this level is, the more time you're allowed to farm inside the Hall of Gold dungeon. And to level up your GWEMIX Plus, you just need to spend WEMIX in the game. You can do it really fast by buying stuff from the shop, or you can do it smarter and slowly by simply being active in the regional trade market. Like if you're that type of player who can spot the cheap items and sell them later when prices go up, especially during events or new updates, you can actually level up your GWEMIX Plus almost for free by doing that. But it's also risky guys. Now let's move on to the weekly world bosses. This is where we fight the world boss Loki, and this is available only for level 35 and above. And getting here is actually really simple guys. You just need to click this icon here once it appears on your screen, and this icon only shows up during the world boss schedule. So for the schedule here in global, it's not daily, it only appears on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and it spawns at 12 o'clock noon and 10 p.m. server time, which is why I include this under weekly activities instead of daily. And here's the simple trick that basically every server does. Inside this world boss room, the game actually has 10 channels, and each channel has its own world boss Loki. So what people do is they start in channel 1, kill Loki there, then switch to channel 2, then channel 3, all the way up to channel 10. That's what we usually do. And the good thing here is that you don't really need to be strong. As long as you show up and participate, you get the same reward as everyone else. So think of this as a weekly attendance check, like just be here, hit the world Boss Loki at least once, and you get your participation rewards every time that Loki you hit goes down. And after that, guys, we also have this weekly boss hunts, and this has kind of the same vibe. You're going to kill big boss together with a lot of players, and these boss monsters usually respawn on Wednesday and Saturday, but the exact time depends actually on your server. But if you want to check, you just open your menu and you will see the full schedule here. And fun details here, guys, the schedule can actually be changed by the guild that wins the server war or the server battle. They have the complete authority to change the time schedule here, like they will make it on the time that they will have advantage. So basically, once you're really strong in the game, like you're one of the top players or top guilds dominating the server, you will be able to do a lot more in this game. You will really start to feel that roleplay, conqueror or bully guild, kind of like in history where those who conquered other lands or other nations had more authority and control in the land. Like they are the boss of the nation. And right now there are 4 main boss monsters. 2 of them are in inter-server areas, which means you'll be competing with other servers again. So if your server is not that strong, you will have no choice but to skip one of this. I skip some of them myself because our server is actually not into PvP so much. I feel that we are more into chill PvE content and play to earn contents. And the other boss monsters, guys, are server only, meaning you don't need to fight other servers for you to hunt this type of boss monsters, which is kinda good. But actually sometimes players from your own servers forget to turn off their PK or PvP modes. So even in places that are not inter-server, things can get messy, but normally server only bosses are pretty chill. And also, guys, after killing this boss monster, a lot of treasure will usually spawn, so just be ready to open some. And another important reward you get from boss hunt is boss coins, and you can use them at this NPC in the middle of this city, and you will use boss coins to buy items that are very useful for your character progression. And after that, guys, right beside that boss NPC is another one you should really pay attention to. This one sells weekly items that you can buy using honor points, which you can get from farming in any inter-server areas. But here in this shop, guys, the most important item here is this red item, E-Soul. You will need this for several things, but the main use of this is crafting cards, especially red cards. And these red cards unlock extra stats that will make your character much stronger. So this E-Soul is something you want to buy every single week if you can. If you can't, just buy the second one. And another weekly thing you shouldn't forget is the cash shop, guys. There's a weekly item here that you can buy using silver, which is the currency you get from killing monsters. So make sure you're checking the shop and buying the weekly item, plus even the daily limited items every time they reset. Now, lastly, there's one big weekly activity that I personally haven't been very active in yet, and that's server battle. So server battle is a competitive cross-server event every Tuesday at 8 p.m. and only players level 40 plus and top 500 in inter-server growth power can participate. So if you're into PvP, this is definitely something you want to do. But for this event, you really need to be in an active guild or active server, especially with Discord, because obviously this is a war. Coordination matters a lot. Later on, I'm actually planning to invest more into this character so we can finally participate in this large-scale PvP activities together, and I can share some gameplay of it, and I also share the rewards of it, especially on the play to earn side if this one is really worth it. So yeah, guys, for now, that's basically my own chill PvE weekly routine in Legend of Ymir. So if you're a future Steam player, this should give you a pretty clear idea of what the weekly gameplay looks like in this game. And for the existing players, guys, feel free to help me out here. If I miss anything very important, let us know in the comments. So let's just help to welcome the new players in the future future with some useful guides and a bigger picture of what they can expect to do in the game. And before we end this content, I just want to give a special shout out to our seed supporters. Honestly guys, we had some insane support again, and the only way I can really give back right now is by shouting you out. Like we have here Maka, who sent us 167 seeds. And then here's Exotic again, who sent us 143 seeds. I remember you, bro. You already sent before. And then we have Infernum D. Guys, look at this. 400, then 600 seeds. These numbers are crazy. And if you saw my video before, he's also someone who supported us. And guys, I really want to shout out everyone, but if I do that, this video is going to be way too long. Just know that I really appreciate all of you guys. And just a quick reminder as well, if you already received the best type coupon from another streamer or YouTuber, you won't be able to receive it again. The system only allow it once, so even if I want to send another one, it won't go through and it will just say that the coupon has already been received. So just be aware of that. But don't worry guys, we're still going to have fun. For the next 10 days, we'll be picking 3 lucky winners who will get something really special in the game that you can actually use in the game. This is my way of saying thank you to all of you for the support. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so guys, again, thank you very much for watching and supporting our channel. And as always, happy gaming.